Okay, here we are. Let's come together. It's 10 o'clock. We're going to start, as we always do, by coming into the space by feeling our feet on the floor. So we're going to start creating our foundations. Okay, so we have these horizontal planes of the body. If you think of the body as a building, that's architecture. The bottom foundation is the feet, even for a chair class. So begin to feel your feet. I invite you to close your eyes and just feel the length of your feet. Feel the heel to toe. You can even rock from heel to toe to really come into that sense of your feet on the floor. And then let your feet come to rest. Follow your imagination, your gaze up your shins, over that bend of the knees, along the length of your thighs. And then let's feel the second layer of that architecture, the second horizontal plane, which is the pelvic floor, which is at the bottom of the pelvis. So can you just kind of tilt the pelvis forward and back, feeling the sitting bones to the pubic bone, and just feeling that perfect Goldilocks, just right placement of the pelvis so that you can breathe easily. Your belly can stay soft, and also feel that lift of the spine. So bring your pelvis to stillness when you feel you've gotten that just right. And then feel that soft belly, feel the low back, the middle back. And then come to the bottom of your ribs, that thoracic diaphragm, breathing diaphragm, which is the third horizontal plane. Can you feel that your chest is lifted, but your lower ribs are still in integrity with the upper ribs? They're not jutting out. You just have length in the spine. Keeping that soft belly. Be able to feel that breath moving in and out, moving the trunk with that descent of the thoracic diaphragm. And then scanning up some more past the collarbones and the shoulder blades, past the throat, and then come to the jaw area. Really, it's just at the base of the skull, the soft palate. Soft palate is your fourth diaphragm. You can collect some saliva and swallow and feel that lift that comes at the end of the swallow. Feel that rising up. Again, that's like the top of the spine is right there. So feel that rising up all the way through the eyes, through the crown of the head. And then with your eyes closed, just do a scan back down from the crown of your head, past the soft palate, past the length of the throat, going down the heart, past that plane of the thoracic breathing diaphragm, down the soft belly, past the pelvic floor, and then all the way down your legs back to your feet. So feeling that there's that duality of effort to hold yourself in integrity, but also a relaxation. So there's no tension. It's disciplined action. It's a concentration and a self-love at the same time. So keep feeling your breath. Let's place hands on the thighs. Breathe in easily through your nose like you're smelling something you love. Inside out. Again, breathing in something you love. Side out. And then just come to natural breathing. We'll be here for about 15 seconds in silence, just feeling, let your mind go, feet, pelvic floor, breathing, soft palate. Just kind of go through those four planes, feeling that lift and that sense of grounding. Keep an easy breath. And let's bring the hands together at the heart, bowing your head to your hands, finding that intention, which is your fertilizer in your garden today for what you are working to cultivate. What do you want to grow? We'll gently open the eyes, let the light creep in, and then let's rise the head up. And let's start with the shoulders today. So we're just going to roll the shoulders back, forward, up, and back. So keep it as small or as big as what feels good for you today. So with the shoulders up and back, do you feel any changes in that soft palate? Just notice whatever happens. See if you can keep your jaw loose so you're not grinding your teeth. Keep your tongue loose. Keep your eyebrows and your forehead soft. And let's add some breath awareness here. So as you roll the shoulders up and back, take a breath in, and as you exhale and you feel those shoulder blades sliding down the back ribs, can you exhale? Taking a breath in as the shoulders roll up and breathing out as they come down. Good, now let the shoulders rest down. Let's take the hands together and rub them. Get some heat going. We'll do a little bit of our self massage. Get them nice and toasty. And let's cup the eyes. Just feel that gentle pressure of the hands on the forehead. And then start to take your fingers and massage the hairline down to the temples. And then we'll go down past the cheekbones and then go just under the middle of your iris onto the cheekbone and just do some tapping and breathing in and out. Now let's take that tapping down to the jaw. Oh, it's a meaty muscle, so don't be afraid to get in there, but be gentle because it can get sore. Massage the cheek muscles. And then we're going to take it down the throat. So either side of the trachea, be gentle here. You know, there's lots of lymph nodes here, and you know that my purpose in winter is to move the lymph so we stay healthy. So let's take the left ear to the left shoulder and massage the right side of the neck and the throat. Get into the upper trapezius muscle, which is right here, that real meaty muscle that tends to get tight if we hunch the shoulders. Let that shoulder drop down. Let's get some movement in that shoulder with this massage. See if you can even roll the shoulder back a few times. As you give it a nice gentle compression, get the blood moving there. Good. And let the crown of the head slide up. Slide your hand along the collarbone. Just get some movement there. And now we'll go to the other side. So right ear to right shoulder, massaging the side of the neck, the throat. Get into that upper trapezius. And roll the shoulder back. Keep breathing here. I know that you probably are, but sometimes we tend to hold our breath when we're doing massage or if we're really introspective. To keep breathing on this so you can help the blood move. And then let's slide the hand down the collarbone. Now we're going to take both hands just below the knot. I'm going to go forward. You can see collarbones here, they connect here. Go to the notch, like right below here on either side of the breastbone. And we're gonna thump there. Take a breath in and out. So I'm not on the collarbone, I'm just beneath it. It might be a little tender. Don't go too hard. Now we're going to take the hands to the breastbone, one on top of the other. So one above and one below, I should say. Take a breath in and out. It's for the thymus gland. And then just let it slough that away. Shake it off. Good. Now let's go to the under the breast line on the ribs. Right here, we have a lot of lymph there. I'm even using my thumbs here, right? So in and out. See if you can feel those ribs expanding. Good, and just wipe it off. Shake it off. Shake off that stale energy that we don't want. We don't need it. Let it go. All right, so I'm going to twist my hair back so that I can move a little bit better with where we're going. All right, so we're going to take the hands, bind the fingers, press the hands away, palms come forward, rounding the upper back. So I'll keep it at a side view for you. Round the upper back, and then let the arms come up parallel to shoulders, still moving the shoulder blades away. Keep your chin down. And then can you lift the arms up? Only go as far as your neck and shoulders are okay with, but keep the chin down. And then release that grip. Roll the shoulders. Let's do that again. So can you clasp your hands again? You probably gripped in a habit of which finger is on the bottom, which pinky's on the bottom, so change it. So now it's the opposite. Press the palms away, rounding the spine, the shoulders and arms be parallel and in line with one another. And then reach it up. Oof. Reach it up. And then exhale. Roll that back. And let's take this into our cat-cow. So I'll scooch back a little bit. We're not doing the face massage anymore. All right. So hands on the thighs, just tucking and arching. Again, we always want to move from the core. So can you find that like the top of the spine and the bottom of the spine coming closer together? Put your awareness there instead of the center at the navel and see how that changes the movement. Top of the spine, bottom of the spine, soft palate to pelvic floor diaphragm, coming closer together or further away. And notice if you get more lengthening of the spine with a new awareness. One more time, looking up, and then come back to a nice neutral spine. All right, now that we've gone forward and back, let's just lengthen the spine more. So bring the hands to touch. Inhale, reach up, reach, 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 reach. Kind of shimmy on up there. Keep your armpits moving forward, elbows back. You can separate the hands if it's better for your neck. And then exhale, the air push down, roll the shoulders. Again, we're gonna inhale, reach it up, lengthen that spine. Keep those lower ribs intact so we don't have to have a rib flare here. Don't steal from Paul to give to Mary. So it doesn't help you if you are in a back bend to get your arms higher because we focus on the spine here. So reaching, reaching, Push the air down, roll it back. Let's just do one more. Inhale, reach it up. Lengthen, lengthen. Exhale, bring it on down. Roll the shoulders back. And now let's find our side bend. So scooch to the right side of your chair. Let's reach it over to the left. So I want to see your intention through the fingertips. So no floppy hands, keep it going. All the way down. Focus on the whole underside of the arm, down that back of the armpit, down the side ribs, all the way to your hip bone, to the chair. Can you feel that line? That whole line is lengthening. And then come back to center, scooch to the left side of your chair. Reach it over and tension through the fingertips. Reach it, reach it, reach it. Reaching as far as is comfortable. You don't ever want to overreach, overstretch. Feel force in your practice. Ooh, keep that reach though. Just keep intention. All right, let's come back up. Now we're going to do that again, but we're going to have a different point of awareness. So we're going to reach it back over to the left. So I was asking you to focus on how long the left side of your, the right side of your spine is, but now focus on armpit coming towards your hip bone. So you're shortening the left side. Focus on that compression in your awareness and see how it changes the dynamic of the movement. Take a breath. Come on up. Let's feel that for the other side. So scooching back over to the left side of your chair. Now we're going to compress the right side of the body. So armpit down to the hip. And maybe that alone is what creates the movement of the side bend. It's from the compression. Breathing into those side ribs. Reach it up. Okay, let's take a moment to breathe here. I want you to feel your chest is nice and open. Shoulder blades are just engaged down those back ribs as you lift up through the crown of the head. And that duality of lifting through the crown of the head and engaging down is creating space in your throat. Lengthen your neck. Feel your breath. Feel your waist. Feel where that breathing diaphragm is. Is there movement there? All right, I'm gonna scooch back a little more. We're gonna get into the hips now, but we're still gonna be seated. I want you to be able to see me. All right, so we're gonna bring the hands together. Let's do some half sun salutes. We're gonna inhale as we reach up, lengthening up. We should feel pretty long by now. Exhale, bring the hands down, slide the hands down the legs, find your forward bend. Feel that forward bend from a hip hinge at the hip crease. Let your head come down last. Inhale as you come into flat back. Hands are at the shins, shoulder blades down the back ribs. Come back into your forward bend. Inhale as you bring the hands back up the legs, hands together in prayer as you reach it back up. Exhale, push the air away. Let's do that maybe 2 more times. Inhale as you reach up. Exhale, slide those hands down like you're taking a zipper down the front line of the body. And then hands on the legs to come into your forward bend. Inhale into your flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale as you reach the hands back up the legs. Reach it up and exhale, push the air away. 1 more time. Inhale, let's go right into it. Reach it up, find the flow. Exhale, bring the hands down. Slide those hands down the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Good. All right. I'm going to sit a little more towards the edge of my chair. I'm going to bring up my right knee and hold at the thigh for the seated lunge. Sitting up nice and tall. And then go ahead and roll the ankle, roll the foot. Point and flex. Good. And then let that leg come down. Move it to the back behind you so that hip is open. I'm going to scooch back even more. See if you can see me better. There we go. Put that foot back behind you. Bring the tailbone to scoop a little more forward. And then find your side bend. Remember that psoas muscle is right here. This is what we're focusing on now. Of course, don't go so far that your groin gets overstretched. Find your just right. You always want to go for that Goldilocks just right. Good. Let's bring it back up to center. Sit in the center of your chair and we'll change legs. Let me fix my screen. I feel like I'm so tiny. There we go. That's better. Okay. Bringing up the left leg, holding on at the thigh. Keep sitting up tall. Sitting up nice and tall so you get that belly to thigh compression. Now let's roll the ankle and the foot. Point and flex. Start to get those arches and little bones to wake up. Good. Take a breath in. Exhale. As you bring that foot back to the side of the chair on the floor. Again, let that pelvis tilt back a little bit so you're really getting into the front of the hip. And let's find our side bend. Breathing and reaching. Exploring. Come back to center. All right, now we're going to do the lunge again. We're going to lift up the leg, hold at the thigh. Let's grab the foot a little bit and bring that ankle onto the thigh. Now remember, we're going to keep our hip here while we sit upright for a little bit. Just do a little bit of a foot massage, getting into the arch, spreading the toes. Good. So now let's just hold on to the sole of the foot, other hand on the thigh, and just lean into it just a little bit. Keep that lift in the breastbone so there's no collapsing of the spine. And come to sit up, and let's cross the leg all the way. Find an easy twist to your right. And you still feel like the diaphragms are stacked. So you have the pelvic floor, the thoracic diaphragm, and the soft palate. So now they're just kind of rotated because you're in a twist. Let's release that twist, uncross the legs, and then we'll bring up the left leg for a lunge. Sit up tall. And then grab all the foot and ankle, let it cross over the thigh. Again, we're going to sit here for a little bit. Let this hip get used to where it is. And we'll massage the foot. Good. Right now, let's sit up nice and tall. Just lean forward a little bit. Enjoy this nice opening in the back of the hip. As you breathe in and out, maybe you can feel your breath moving into the back. Since the belly is more compressed, you might feel how the air will just move more to the back because it can't move in the front because your leg is there. And then we'll sit up straight, cross the leg all the way, and find an easy twist. And again, can you keep that awareness of the pelvic floor, breathing diaphragm, soft palate, just kind of they're rotating a little more, like 3 pieces of paper kind of spiraled a little bit. But keep that uprightness so they're all still on top of each other. Okay, let's untwist. Let's come to sit nice and neutral in the chair. We'll reach up the arms for another lengthening of the spine. Let the arms come out. Keep the arms here. We're going to hip hinge forward and just do little baby circles. So this is intensifying what the shoulders need to do because now we are kind of countering a balance with gravity. So do little baby circles here. Imagine you've got like a dish rag and either hand and you're polishing the inside of a jar. Let's go in the other direction. Okay, let's come to sit up. Keep the circles, keep the circles. Circle it up, reach it up. Reach it up, up, up. Good, now bring that down. Just roll and shimmy the shoulders just a little bit. Right now we're gonna come right back into it. Arms out like a T, sit forward. Little baby circles. We're going to strengthen the upper back today. Feel that upper back working to hold your arms. Go in the other direction. Now keep the forward bend at the hips, but bring the arms up. So now you're like a lightning bolt shape. This is how the upper body is in the full expression of awkward chair pose. Reach it up, reach, reach, reach. Bring it down. And just do some easy cat-cows, just softly to release. More like a wave-like motion. Okay. Let's bring out the right leg to a 90-degree angle. Bring the left leg back. So get the hips used to where they're opening. Again, don't open so much that you pull something. If you need to bend this knee because that's better for you, then do that. But go to where it's good for you. You just want your spine to stay nice in alignment. So again, imagine pelvic floor, breathing diaphragm, soft palate. They're all stacked. You don't have one tilting over the other or leaning back. Keep that integrity of the spine. Even place your hands on the lower ribs to start. Find your legs here. Can you keep an engagement through your feet, even though you're in the chair right now? So feeling how the outer foot can get some energy in that back leg. Heel to second toe in the front leg. And then let's bring the arms out. We're in Warrior Two. You're looking over your right hand. Keep breathing here. And let's flip the right palm to face up. Bring the left hand to touch the left leg and find a reverse warrior. So you're reaching that right hand up and back. Come back into your warrior two. And then bring the arms down. Gently bring the legs back together. Just come to sit for a moment. Letting your awareness come back to the center of your body, your midline. If you put awareness on a part of your body, the blood will go there. So we just want everything to come back in. All right, let's do the other side. So now the left leg comes out like a right angle, right leg out long. Again, bend that knee if you need to for the groin. Go to what's safe for you. Hands on the ribs. This is a different side of the body, so it's a whole new experience. Can you feel like the pelvic floor, breathing diaphragm, soft palate are nice and lifted? And then we'll bring the arms out. Now you're looking over your left fingers. Keep your breath nice and easy here. Keeping your engagement through the feet. Now let's flip the left palm to face the ceiling. Right hand comes back to the leg, lifting it up and back for reverse warrior. And then coming back to your warrior two. And then bringing the arms down, gently bringing the legs back together. Just breathe here. Let the hips come back together. All right, let's come to stand. So coming to stand, we're gonna do a little bit into the hips today. Again, I'm gonna fix my camera so I don't get too cut off here. All right. Start in mountain pose. Feet are right under the hips. Mountain pose is your diagnostic for the day. So every day you come to stand, that's your yoga. So I want you to feel, just when you're drinking your morning glass of water, stand with awareness of your feet. Is your weight evenly into your heels and lengthening through the ball of the foot? Are you feeling that lift and that integrity through the thighs as you stand tall? Tailbone is pointing more downward so it's not tucked under, so your pelvic floor is nice and level. Nice integrity in the low belly, low back, but still able to breathe into a soft belly. Can you feel that lift through the breastbone, shoulder blades sliding down the back ribs? Lifting through the crown of the head, grounded through the feet. Good. Now let's, from here, keeping that idea of the length of the spine, bring your hands to the back of the chair and come into your down dog. Stepping the feet back. Now lengthen through the spine, bringing the hips back. Keep your head above your arms. Breathing here. You still breathe into the belly. Still feel the width of your collarbones. Soften your knees. Walk yourself back up to the back of your chair. All right, so now stand in Tadasana, mountain pose. Hands on the back of the chair. We're going to sit back into awkward chair pose. So send those hips back. Keep your hands on the chair if your balance is a little tricky. Otherwise, come to parallel arms. We're doing this pose more than once, so we're going to start here with parallel arms if you're off of the chair. I want you to feel that duality of reaching forward with the hands, reaching back with your hips. That's your plane of tension here. Keep your mind and your body. And let's come to stand. Stand in mountain pose. Find that lifting through the spine, grounding through the feet. All right, let's do it again. Hands on the chair. Bring the hips back. Arms parallel, or this time you can come to that lightning bolt shape. Bringing the hands up. Keep those knees in line with the toes so they're not knock-kneed and they're not bowing out either. We want nice, even lines. And then reach it up. And from here, let's come into a forward bend. So we're just gonna step back, hold on to the sides of your chair, and just shimmy the knees a little bit to help you. Keep the knees soft, coming into a deeper bend than your down dog, but not all the way. Just to release the legs. And then soften your knees. Roll yourself back up to standing. All right. We're gonna keep the right foot forward. Step back the left foot. Take your time to find that nice stance. We're gonna come into warrior two. So you're gonna bend the right knee. Left foot is turned at that angle, connected through the outer arch. Keep your hand on the chair in front, bringing your left arm out in line with the shoulder. If you feel steady, then you can come into the full expression with your right arm lifted. I'm going to keep my hand on the chair. Keep those shoulder blades down the back ribs. So if you've got your arm, both arms out, you're going to flip your front palm and come into reverse warrior. If you have your hand on the chair, you're just going to keep your hand on the chair and just find a little side bend towards your left. So your hand goes a little lower down the back thigh. And then let's all come back into the warrior two. And then gently bring the feet together. Now let's just slowly march in place. Just bringing that hinge movement to the knees. Okay, let's do the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back, bending the left knee, keeping your left hand on the chair, right arm is out. Again, find that parallel level of the pelvic floor, breathing diaphragm, soft palate, all in alignment. Breathe easy. You can bring both arms out or keep your hand on the chair. And then come into reverse warrior. Right hand down the right leg, either left arm up and back or keep it on the chair. Let's come back into warrior two. And then gently come back to your chair, just slowly marching it out. All right, we're going to play with this marching thing a little bit. So I'm stepping back away from my chair. I'm face you. So we're going to just lift up one leg and then lower down. Slow motion. We've done this seated where we're lifting through the lower core. Now we're doing it standing. You're still breathing, so nothing is frozen, stuck. But I want you to feel that balance of lifting up one foot while you engage down through the others, that opposition. Keep breathing. We need to be able to do this if you have to step over something, like if someone left a shoe in the middle of the floor, you don't want to trip on it. You've got to be able to like let your body go, whoop, pick up that foot, don't trip. So be mindful as you lift. All right, let's go into tree pose. So whichever leg you want to start with, you're going to lift up the other. Let's open it up at the hip. So now we're just kind of finding that rotation of the hip. You can lower down that foot. If you need to keep a toe there, like a kickstand, that's a-okay. But find that lift through the hip. You can keep your hand on the chair or find your branches. Keep breathing. And now we're going to release the tree a little differently. We're going to bring the arms down, lift up the foot again like you were marching, and then bring it down. Okay, let's change sides. I'm just going to move my chair, but you can turn around if you want to. You know what we're doing. Go ahead and gauge down through the other leg as you lift up the one that you were just standing on, and begin to play with that pivot, that hinge, not a hinge, it's a ball and socket, but play with that ball and socket. And then you can bring the toe down if that suits you better, lifting up through that hip so that standing leg is strong. And then find your branches. And then bringing the arms down, lifting that leg back up and bring it down. All right, let's do one more down dog. Bringing the hands to the chair, reach it on back, lengthen through the spine. Keep your head above the arms. And then we're going to slowly just walk back to the chair. I'm going to sit closer for our meditation. So I want to keep this idea of those horizontal planes, the feet, pelvic floor, breathing diaphragm, soft palate. So as you sit, imagine those 4 planes, close your eyes, and I want you to feel them from inside the body now. As you breathe in, imagine that breath going all the way down to the soles of your feet. And as you breathe out, imagine that lift in the center of the foot, kind of rising up the body and out through your nose. Now breathing in, imagining that pelvic floor expanding. Breathing out, pelvic floor lifts. Again, anything you don't need is just leaving your body. Breathing in, feel the thoracic diaphragm descending. Breathing out, it lifts back up. And now breathing in, feeling how all those planes from the throat down descend. Can you find a lift through the soft palate? And then exhale, feel how that soft palate descends a little bit. So as we breathe in, it's like this hot air balloon through the skull. Now the soft palate lifts and it can lift us up while all the other diaphragms descend down. So we naturally have this system of grounding down while lifting up. Keep your awareness on that dynamic for just a few breaths as we breathe together. Grounding down while lifting up. Let's bring our hands together at the heart. Bow your head to your hands. Bow to your heart. Give yourself thanks for your practice today, for finding this time and this dedication to taking care of yourself in mind, body, and spirit. Giving thanks for the community with which you get to practice. Taking a breath in together and sighing it out. Thank you so much. Hope you all feel good after that.